The hum of machinery echoed through the cold, sterile halls of Site-22, a sound that had become all too familiar. I stood before the observation window, my breath fogging the glass, as I peered into the containment chamber, where SCP-037 floated, a tiny star, luminous against the dark backdrop of the underground facility. It was surreal. A star, no bigger than my hand, yet containing the heat and energy of a furnace. The constant monitoring alerts were a reminder of its volatile nature. I adjusted my lab coat, feeling the weight of responsibility settle heavily on my shoulders. "Dr. Innes, you need to see this," came a voice from behind me, startling me from my contemplative state. It was Miller, one of the junior researchers. "What is it?" I asked, turning to face him. "Look at the readings. The emissions are spiking again," he said, pointing to the monitor where a series of graphs displayed rising lines. My heart raced. The last time we had seen emissions like this, the containment protocols had nearly failed. "How bad is it?" "Not good," he replied, his expression grave. "If this keeps up, we might have to initiate the Pituak protocol sooner than we thought." My mind raced at the implications. The Pituak protocol was a last resort measure, designed for a scenario in which containment was no longer viable. It involved a drastic evacuation and a temporary solution that could lead to catastrophic results. I stepped closer to the monitor, my eyes scanning the data frantically. "Can we stabilize it?" "I don't know," Miller said, running a hand through his hair. "We might need to consider the transport options we discussed earlier." Transporting SCP-037 beyond Earth was fraught with problems. One miscalculation, one error in the launch sequence, and we could unleash a nova that would wipe out everything within a significant radius. "Let's gather the team. We need to come up with a contingency plan," I ordered, trying to mask the uncertainty in my voice. As we assembled the team, I felt a chill creep down my spine. With every passing moment, SCP-037 was evolving, its emissions growing stronger, its luminosity brighter. "Dr. Innes," one of the engineers spoke up, "if we can't contain it, we will have to consider other options. We might need to think about the possibility of an early evacuation." "What do you mean by other options?" I snapped, the tension in the room palpable. "Sending it somewhere else," he said almost hesitantly, as if afraid of the words leaving his lips. "We have artifacts that could help. They could transport SCP-037 to another dimension." The thought hung in the air, heavy and foreboding. It was a gamble, a risk that could either save us or doom us all. "Do we have a choice?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Then the alarms blared, cutting through our discussion like a knife. Red lights flashed, and the room erupted into chaos. "Containment breach! Containment breach!" a voice echoed through the intercom. I felt my heart drop. We rushed to the observation window, watching in horror as SCP-037 pulsated with an intense light, expanding, its surface shimmering as it began to break free from its magnetic constraints. "Get the emergency protocols in place," I shouted, but my voice was drowned out by the sirens. We had mere minutes before the containment would fail completely. "Initiate the Pituak protocol," I ordered, desperation clawing at my throat. But then, amid the chaos, something strange happened. The star flickered, and then it spoke. "Why do you fear me?" The voice was deep, resonant, echoing in our minds. "What?" I stammered, eyes wide with disbelief. "I am not your enemy," it continued, the light intensifying, illuminating the entire chamber. "You have misunderstood my purpose." Panic turned to confusion as we realized that SCP-037 was not just a star, but a sentient being. Trapped within an artificial prison, a twist of fate, A revelation that we had contained not just a celestial object, but an entity capable of understanding our fears and desires. "Please, help me," it said, the light flickering as if pleading. I stared, torn between the protocols I had sworn to uphold and the realization that perhaps we had made a grave mistake. "Stand down," I commanded my team, heart pounding. "We need to listen." As the alarms faded into silence, I felt the weight of the world shift. In that moment, I understood that SCP-037 was not just a threat, but a key to understanding something much greater than ourselves. Little did we know that understanding would come at a cost far greater than we could ever imagine.